In 1599, somewhere along this short stretch of Thames Bankside, a theatre opened, called the Globe, Shakespeare's Globe, the original Globe of Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear. It was made of wood, circular, and in the centre there was no roof, what Shakespeare called this wooden O.
When I came to England, I rushed down to the site of the Globe, assuming that there would be something there. And of course, there was just a black plaque on the side of a brewery wall and beside a dirty little alleyway. And I was shocked. And I jumped up and down and said, my God, why don't the British do something about this? And 20 years later, I said the same thing when they were tearing down a warehouse in front of this plaque and suddenly exposing this great, magnificent view of St. Paul's Cathedral across the river and all the wren spires and so on. And I jumped about some more, and somebody said, well, if you feel so strongly about it, why don't you do something about it? And rather naively, I said, oh, yes, all right, I'll try, because everybody will be for this. They just haven't realized this. Well, I think it's magnificent. I think it's one of the most beautiful sights in the whole of London. That is, in terms of its potential. Because if we turn around, my back is toward the river, and just behind me is, I think, probably the best view of the city of London anywhere from any position. So I think the transformation of this derelict, presently ugly site.
Is it ugly?
Well, it's ugly in the sense that its use is a waste, a total waste. I've seen the theatre here for 15-odd years. Now I absolutely see it. I don't see the rubbish bins, really. I mean, they're kind of a haze. I think what I do see is that theatre here. We do accept open-air situations and open-air entertainments and open-air concerts and sports and etc. We accept that when we go to see a football match, and if it rains, we get rained on, and we'll watch that game. The players get rained on, the people come, and they get rained on, but that's part of the excitement, and we think that that will be part of the excitement of the Globe. This is a charity. This is an educational project. Nobody's out to make a profit by it. And in all great causes, whether they're cultural, educational, or for poor people, or social causes, people give of themselves voluntarily. We could never have got this thing to this stage if people were not contributing their services and their time and their talents. And I have cajoled them. I have pushed them. I've made them feel guilty about not getting involved. And a lot of my fellow actors in my own profession have hung back for a long time. But now they're coming in.
While the accounts and costings appear horrifically stark, the committees and sponsors, the advisors and councils run to 6 closely printed pages, a who's who of Shakespeare and Theatreland, the whole world coming round to the Globe. Finally, it seems, even the British.
The idea of a reconstructed anything is anathema to the British sensibility, because they have all these buildings that have been around for 1,000 years or less or more. And so the idea of reconstructing something is distasteful to them initially, although they're getting round to accepting this idea gradually. And above all, curious enough, the important touristic attraction of it. Because here you have one of the most important theatre sites in the world. Shakespeare's translated into 95 different languages. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people come to this country. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I'm simply vamping for time. The ambassador has not arrived, so I think we should get on with this wonderful ceremony.
The Americans' tour ended with a ceremony of thanks for the Thames side site. The Globe project includes a centre for Shakespearean studies, a museum, a riverside pub, a smaller cockpit theatre, 17 flats and some nearby offices. And in spite of its international tourist appeal, or perhaps because of it, the dedication of the site, using a 50-foot balloon, met some hostility and tempers became frayed.
You defaced our property, haven't you? Who are you warning? Why is the person in there? You're talking to us, not to him. Please do your
If you ask local people what they want housing and open space. They don't want offices and tourism. Local people have said that again and again and again. But the people here who are supposed to be glorifying the areas you say aren't doing anything for the local people. There are 8,000 people on the council waiting list here.
People have been defacing our property. This project is going to create jobs and build homes for people all around here. We are going to create thousands of jobs.
Can you tell me how
These people
many-
are absolutely ridiculous because they have been fighting this project for 13 years. This is their culture. This is what it's all about. The people who live here, the only thing they have got is their history and their culture. Now we want to give them jobs. We want to give them homes. And these people are destroying. Why don't you just shut up? We have asked.
And what have they said?
Here's
No.
what's happened. When we tried to involve these people, these left-wing actionaries, tried to stop their children from enjoying the entertainments. They have tried to stop their children from coming to our museum to enjoy what we were giving the people locally here. So they're absolutely insane. They don't know what they're doing. They're destroying London. They're preventing developments that are giving the people of this city culture, entertainment, and leisure.
If you ask local
That's
people
the
what...
end.
Can I
I'm not
speak?
interested.
Am I allowed to speak?
May we- I want to stop.
Are we allowed to speak
No,
as
you're
well?
not, because
No, we're not allowed to speak.
Obviously we're not
You
allowed
have
to speak.
spoken.
This is no democracy.
You have spoken, haven't you?
We have enormous acres of empty office space, and proposals build enormous amounts of office space. We don't want that sort of incorrectly balanced development. But this is not just that. It's the principle here of trying to bring back as near as possible to its original site, the Globe Theatre. In its day, it was both cultural and also popular and populist. As long as we can make sure, and it's my job to try to do so, that this site is available to the community, is part of the community, that the kids can enjoy it, then it will achieve its objective. And it is our cultural heritage.
First of all, I'd like to apologize to them for losing my temper. So you have my public apology for that. This is a derelict area. They're trying to live in the past. They're trying to bring back what existed here before. The world has moved on.
But nothing could spoil the show. As the American ambassador arrived, the theatrical juggernaut was well underway. With ample hot air, a 50-foot globe would dedicate the site to progress.
One of the ways of easing these strains is by creating a greater awareness of our different societies and to promote understanding.
In the name of God, the creator of all life, we dedicate this site and commemorative sign in thankful memory for the life and work of William Shakespeare.
Well done, Douglas. Well done.